What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Long Haul Fitness. I'm Nick Bagley, as always. Today, I'm coming at you guys just to give you a little update. I've been doing a really bad job of doing these recently. Life has gotten a little crazy recently. Most of you probably follow me on Instagram because that's probably where you found out about my YouTube channel. So you've already seen what I'm going through, but I want to talk about it a little bit more in detail. So with everything that has happened recently, and the two things that I'm touching on, mostly talking about is the news of my son and the shutdown. I had this feeling in the back of my head that it was starting to get time for me to think about separating myself away from Equinox. That time finally came. I had some signs from the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, that it was time to leave and that I was being drawn towards another location here. I've decided to go into the independent world of personal training. It was not an easy decision to make, but I had to listen to my gut and listen to the signs that I was being given and just take that jump. So I put in my notice the other week with Equinox, and I finished out last week. This week I officially started taking clients at Destination Dallas. It's literally 8 minutes from my apartment. It's super convenient. And since I made that decision, a lot of stuff has happened and a lot of amazing things. So the first one being the day after I put in my notice, I got fired from Concrete Cowboy. At the time and that night, I was really hurt. I was very caught off guard. It didn't make sense because it just came out of the blue. But after I took some time to kind of let it sink in and process it and everything, I realized how much of a blessing it really is. Because at the end of the day, I was working Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night. So that took out 3-4 days of productivity that I could be putting towards the YouTube channel, my Instagram, training clients, my online clients, all that stuff. So basically half of my week was being taken up by working those night shifts. Because Friday, I was pretty much useless, and I only had a certain amount of time to get stuff done during the day and do my chores and do the errands that I would need to do and that kind of thing before I had to go back into work on Friday. Same thing on Saturday. And then Sunday, I'd be so tired I wouldn't want to do anything at all other than sit here, watch Netflix, take the dog out a little bit, play some video games. Like, I wasn't productive, so I was wasting about half of my week. So when I originally decided to leave Equinox, I really thought that that money was going to still be there just to make sure that I stay afloat. So it was kind of a big shock when I did get let go, but since that has now been pushed out of my life and the universe basically said, like, hey, motherfucker, if you're listening, you better listen and do it full out. Since then, a lot of stuff has really just kind of started to fall in line. And I've already got a few clients. I've got some people waiting to start up here soon. And I feel really blessed to be in the position that I'm in right now. There's some really good people at Destination Dallas that I'm trying to surround myself with and trying to get to know better and trying to use to help not only spread the word that I'm there, but also help their business as well, because that gym is very much a family atmosphere. I'm loving it already. I know every job has its difficult days, and there's going to be a time where I might not want, it might not be the most ideal place to be, but at the moment it is exactly where I need to be. And I feel like I'm finally in touch with who I'm supposed to be and what I came out here to actually do. Now, when I originally decided to move to Texas, I wanted to go to Destination Dallas and start training clients there. But I didn't know anybody here. Nobody knew who I was. I was just this guy who just moved here. So by going to LA Fitness first and then to Equinox after, I've been able to just network with more people and meet people along the way that I've been able to now put my finger on along the way as I've started things up here at Destination, and I'm using them to help drive more eyes towards my business and what I'm doing. It's been really, really cool to see this community be so supportive here. With me being an outsider, basically. I mean, I'm not from here. These people don't know me from someone else. Like, I've been here a year, and they've all known me less than that. So they have no reason really to bring me in. But the fact that all of these people here have welcomed me with open arms and want to see me succeed is, again, another sign that this move to Texas was the best thing I've ever done. So that's kind of where things are going as far as life, and I'm super excited about everything I've got coming out. I've been doing a really, really, really bad job of documenting for the YouTube channel, but I've been doing it a lot on Instagram. I understand the model of Instagram a little bit better because I've been doing it for a little bit longer, and I feel like right now it's a really good way for me to document the prep and what I'm doing and all that kind of stuff. And I want to keep the YouTube kind of the way I'm doing it now, where I'm putting out the podcast and then these just sit down talks where I'm talking to myself, basically. I just feel like that's the format that I enjoy and I think is going to do well for me. If I like it, I'm going to want to do it. So it'll just be me coming on here every once in a while and kind of chatting about what I got going on in life, how I'm dealing with it, how the diet's going, how training's going, all that stuff. So just a little update on the prep and how that's going. It's been going so smoothly. Like, it is not been hard at all. I think the reason why that is I've just done this before and I know what to expect. I know what's coming, and it's a lot easier to handle that stuff when you've dealt with it before and you know what it looks like. You know how you're going to feel. As far as how I feel great. My strength is still up. My energy is still good. I think because I now have 7 days of great sleep instead of 4, and then 3 really shitty days of sleep. The training that I'm doing with John, the recovery is through the roof, and I'm just making progress week by week, day by day. So I'm in a good spot as far as that's concerned, as far as the overall package. The only thing that I've started to deal with is cravings. I'm really hungry. As I sit here and talk to you, I feel my stomach rumbling. I've got chicken that I just cooked. I can smell it, and it's making me very hungry for sure. But I'm trying to get comfortable with being hungry again. It's been a long time since I've really gone through a real cut like this. And that part I did kind of forget, like, what it was like. So it's interesting tapping into that again. And I'm very much in a groove right now and just riding that wave as best as I can. I know at some point things are going to start to slow down and things are going to start to get more difficult. But honestly, I'm looking forward to it. I want to get to that. I want to push myself. And at the same time, I'm not only pushing my body's limits, I'm pushing my mind's limits, which is then bleeding over into the rest of everything that I'm doing. So not only has this prep helped me find new avenues or helped me find new motivation, I guess is the best word for it. It's helped me find a new motivation for all this stuff. It's also helping me streamline everything into a process. Because at this point, there's so much stuff that I need to do in order to reach this goal that there's not room for bullshit. There's not room for all this extra stuff. My schedule has to be perfect. And because my schedule has to be so perfect, everything else is kind of fallen into place as far as productivity is concerned. The amount of content I've been putting out on Instagram, recording these videos, editing things, networking, just all of that stuff is what I'm constantly thinking about all day. And the coolest part about all of it is that, like, I'm excited to do every single piece of it. I feel like I'm really in touch with who I'm supposed to be and who I'm supposed to become. And the universe is really blessing that at the moment. So I know, again, that my choice was right to step away from Equinox. And I know that me not being a Concrete Cowboy anymore was necessary in order for me to get to the next level now. It's been a wild, wild year since I moved to Texas. so much has happened in such a short period of time, and I feel like this was the catapult and the stimulus that I needed to get myself out of the place that I was, which was falling well short of what I told myself, or when I tell myself I want to be. So it's to sit back and think about everything that's come to me since I've been here. It is just so crazy. Like, I've already been through 4 different jobs since moving here. I've met so many people. I've made so many opportunities, and moved myself along so much faster in my timeline than I ever thought was going to happen. And it's all just starting to slowly line up. And I can see that end goal, and I can see that I'm on the path. And I know that there's going to be moments where I get knocked off the path. I end up off on a bunny trail, and I eventually going to have to work back to this. But at the moment, I'm just running as fast as I can towards that end goal, while trying to keep on that path. I don't know how to explain any of these decisions. I don't know how to explain why I felt the way I did about where I was or anything like that. It's just I knew that I needed to do something. I knew that I was being called away. I knew that I wanted to be able to set my life up to where me and my son can have as much time together as possible. Because it's very important to me to be in his life and show him what it means to be a good man, and show him what it means to work hard and do all that kind of stuff. But I can't show him that if I'm not there. The most important thing that he's going to want is just me and my time. Until he really knows what money is, he just wants time with me. He just wants to spend time with his dad. And that's it. If that's all I need to give him, then that's what I need to focus on being able to give him. So I think by stepping away from this corporate facility, that I'm going to be able to set myself up better to where I can take on less load and make the same, if not more money, than I was prior, and have more time to spend with him. That is the ultimate goal right now, is to spend more time with my kid. And in the process, if I can reach my dreams and continue to strive for what I've said I wanted to do for so long, so be it. I think just both sides of that, of wanting to set his life up for success and continuing to succeed in my own life, are just at the moment just lined up perfectly. And I'm just trying to keep on that path as best as possible. I just want to say thank you to everyone who comes on here, and the views that I do get on here. It's very much appreciated. It means so much to me that you guys would just listen to me sit here and talk. I've had an outpouring of messages lately about enjoying the information that I'm putting out, enjoying the stories I'm putting out. So it means a lot to me when you guys reach out and say something. So I want you to know that stuff does not go unnoticed, and I try to respond, or I respond to everybody. I'm not getting that many messages to where I can't respond to everybody. But it's just such a blessing to have a community that wants to listen and wants to learn and is willing to support something while I'm growing it. It means more than you guys understand, especially with the motivation behind this being my son. It just, to me, that shows that you not only support me, but support his life and his well-being as well. So I truly mean it when I say thank you to everyone who watches these videos. I hope that you're getting something out of these, and I hope that maybe if all you're getting out of it is getting to know me better, great. I love it. As long as you're enjoying it, that's all I care about. I'll be sure to come on. I'm going to start recording these more often and come on here with topics and ideas and get in a little bit more in depth. But I wanted to come on here and kind of talk through everything and kind of apologize for not putting out the content I said I was going to at the beginning. I had an idea of what I wanted to do, and I knew the podcast would be the best thing for it, or what I really wanted to do was the podcast, and the cut was kind of secondary, And I'm putting out so much stuff on Instagram that I forget to do this as well, to update. And I'm still trying to learn all this stuff and what gets people's attention and what you guys enjoy. So please give me feedback. Please send me messages. Please leave comments. Subscribe, like, all that stuff. I really appreciate you guys. Until next time, have a good one.